Hello, this is Elden Ring, the Steam version running in Windows. So I was having some. So coming to this game from Dark Souls games felt weird. Like I'm using a controller, a DualSense, to control the game, and the control felt weird. There's this, instead of just being a simple linear motion when you move the right analog stick to move the camera, it's this sort of slow in, slow out. It's got some smoothing effect on it. That felt weird. I was actually getting nauseous until I turned off the camera auto rotation, which makes the camera rotate a little when you just run around with the left analog stick. So I had to turn that off. It still does some kind of, like, it's centering itself. What the heck is that? But at least I don't get nauseous anymore now that I turned that off. I had to turn the camera speed up because at the default 5, it just pans with that slow in, slow out. It just feels too slow to respond. Like if somebody's behind me, I want to be able to see behind me right away. I don't want to have to do this slow lurching turn. So I had to turn that up. The problem that introduces, though, is that when I finally, after, a couple hours, I got the longbow. I found that when you go into free aim by holding the left bumper down, or the L1 button on my DualSense, as it's called, rightly, suddenly the aim gets a lot more sensitive, and I was just having trouble keeping a bead or getting a bead on a target. I kept over aiming. Like, I don't want my aiming speed to change suddenly when I go into the important aiming mode, But fortunately, and this was distressing me, I was thinking, oh man, am I going to have to lower the turn speed back down to default? Because then the aiming feels right, but then the turning feels slow. Fortunately, though, since you're playing in Steam, you have Steam input, and you can adjust these things pretty easily. So what I did was, we have Steam here. Click the little controller icon and click Edit Layout on the Steam input window that comes up, and go to Joysticks and click the down. This is all kind of hard to, it's always hard to find stuff in Steam input, but so the right joystick is the one that moves the aim around, moves the camera around. So click on that down arrow and click Create a Mode Shift. I just noticed this. I was like, oh, I wonder what a mode shift is. Okay, so that creates another entry for the joystick here below the normal one. And by the way, if you want to delete this, what did I do? Not that one. Was it cancel? There's some way to delete this that is also not obvious. Oh, clear out. I gotta set this. So it kept that setting. That's weird. Anyway, how did I get rid of this? Shoot. None? Oh no, that just got rid of. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So joystick is the default setting. So if you want to get rid of the mode shift, you set it to none, and then it's gone. That's how you get rid of it. Anyway, I do want a mode shift. So mode shift, click the gear button, and now you've got your settings, and the default is 100, and no shift button. It's weird it remembers it. I was trying to, anyway. So what the mode shift is, it's just you pick a button, or buttons, I suppose, that will put the game into the mode where it uses the settings that you're specifying here, not the normal stick settings. So I'm going to hit L1. That's the button I hold when I'm free aiming. There's no obvious way to, like, say accept. You just click off to the side here. So now L1 is there. And then you pick the scale you want. At first I tried 50, just, I don't know, cut it by half, right? But, and this kicks in instantly, so you've got your normal aiming speed, and then you hold the button, and now all of a sudden it's very slow. So that felt too slow. What I ended up kind of liking was 64. Yeah, my first computer, the Commodore 64, right? Anyway, so yeah, 64 just felt about right to me, but of course I may tweak this over time. Sometimes it feels a little slow, but then I found like 67 felt too fast, so I don't know. And this guy's been my benchmark for this, like, because this is when this guy sees me, that's when I start to panic, and that's when I need to have the aim feel right, or I get really freaked out. So let's see how we do here. And I'm terrible with this longbow. It still operates differently, but I couldn't even hit this guy. It might be a little too sensitive still, but anyway, it's easy to tweak because all it is that, oh no, is that one setting. Bonk. Oh, I can actually just... So I don't need free aim at this point, but anyway, this is just a example. I'm gonna get killed of free aim. So this guy can shoot farther than I can. So yeah, 64 feels about right. So oh, I should add that this will, of course, change the aim speed if you're doing anything else with the L1 or LB buttons, such as, I don't know, let's see, guarding with your weapon, I guess. It'll change your movement speed as well, but I'm a Neanderthal who never uses guard, so I guess that's why the prospect of that doesn't bother me. If that would be a problem for you, then you might have to look into some sort of other solution, or just learn to, I guess, aim like they wanted you to aim, which is faster with the bow, but it's messing with me, so I'm not going to do that. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.